Hi everyone, I'm Jan and welcome back to the Untangled Journal. We continue with our 365 Prophecies of Jesus, and today we're on number 15. This prophecy was spoken about 700 years before Jesus was born, and it comes from Isaiah 53 verse 9, which says that the Messiah would be treated like the wicked in his death, yet buried with the rich. Now, that sounds like a strange combination, but when we look at the cross and the tomb, it makes sense. Crucifixion was not a noble or respected death. It was a public Roman execution reserved for criminals, rebels, and those Rome wanted to shame. Jesus was also crucified between two criminals. So in every visible way, he was counted with the guilty. But then comes the unexpected turn. After Jesus died, Joseph of Arimathea, a rich man and a disciple of Jesus, asked Pilate for his body. And Matthew 27:57 to 60 tells us that Joseph wrapped Jesus in clean linen and placed him in his own new tomb cut out of the rock. And I love that the tomb is cut out of the rock, another quiet reminder of Jesus as the rock. So Jesus died the death of a criminal, but he was buried with honor in the tomb of a rich man. Isaiah had spoken both parts long before they happened, not vague, not fluffy, specific enough to make you pause. So for today's drawing, I'm going to draw a tomb, and in the center, I'll place a cross with 3 dots, one for each nail. Inside the tomb, we'll tangle some gold coins to remind us of the rich man's burial, and around the tomb, we'll add some flowers and leaves and flax. So if you're drawing along with me, you'll need some paper or your journal to practice in. You will need a pencil, an eraser, a blending tool or an earbud, and your fine liner. And also just a reminder, if you'd like the PDF for this final drawing, so this piece of paper, just comment PDF with your email ad and I'll email it to you. And then once we've worked through all the prophecies, I'm going to spiral bind mine, and you might want to add yours to a file or keep them in your journal or store them somewhere safe. However you choose to keep them though, I think it will be something special to look back on. All right, so let's practice. We will start with a tomb. So we're just going to go around like that. And then we're going to take a cross that comes out the middle. Like so. And we're going to add 3 nails, one for each hand, and then one at the bottom for the feet. And then we're going to make this cross a bit of a 3D. So take an angled line out and bring it across. Fill in some lines. Do the same on the top. Bring it down. Take that out across there. And then all the way down. Now when we ink it in, we will make the tomb come behind the cross. So the cross is going to be in the foreground. Okay, so the rest we'll just go straight to inking it in. Let's go do our cross first. Ink in the nails. So this part of the drawing shows that he was crucified like a criminal. died like a criminal. Okay, then the tomb we want to bring through the back. Okay, then this will be the bottom, so we can just go put a floor in there. And then for the gold coins, we're just going to do a circle, and then we will do another outer ring, do lines, and I'm going to make it a gold coin. So I'm just going to put a G in the center. And I'll just go and add a couple of these all around the cross. Okay, and then all along the outside of the tomb, I'm just going to add flowers and some leaves. So I will start by just doing a little circle and adding a squiggle. And then I'll go and add a leaf and a little bit of flux. And then I'll add a different flower. I'll take it behind and add some more leaves in. And you can just enjoy this process. I'll add a leaf in here. I'll go and add one of these flowers. Maybe I'll do a bit of flux here. Add another leaf on the side. Another flower. Put a bit of flux in there. Another little squiggly flower. Okay, so that's just to give you an idea. We're going to erase our pencils, our pencil lines. So when I transfer this onto the PDF, what I might even do is add pencil over the gold coin to come in front of the cross, like in the corner, overlap it a little bit. Okay, then we're going to go and add some pencil here. We're going to shade in where we have the 3D lines. There we go. I would also even ink in all the parts where there is white space between the tomb and the flowers. Give it some drama with the dark. Like that. Okay, and then I'm going to go and put some pencil around all the gold coins. And then I would also probably just go and put some pencil around the leaves and the flowers to give that some depth. I might even put pencil on the inside of the tomb. Push the pencil into the tomb. There we go. All right, let's go and transfer that onto our PDF. Okay. All right, so we're going to begin with our tomb. And I'll use the line here as the base. And then I'm going to take the cross out. Add in the nails to show it was a criminal's death. Okay, we'll add in our 3D. So you'll notice all the lines are going in the same direction. And then just take it across. And then add in your lines. So this is what I mean, or I'd probably overlap the coin. And then when I ink it in, I won't ink that part of the cross in. All right, let's go and add our pen. In the nails. So we've got all these layers going on, which is pretty cool. The tomb in. And add our coins. So I've made these coins gold and not silver because whenever I think of the silver coin, I think of betrayal. But gold coin makes me think of wealth, and which is what we want to portray here. So you can place your gold coins wherever you want to place them. There's no right or wrong way. All right, I'm going to go and add my leaves and my flax and my flowers. You might have a different flower pattern that you want to add. It's absolutely fine. Might even do some with like a angled petal. quite like the little squiggly line flower. I think I'll do one more of these. There we go. Then I'm going to go ink in all the gaps between the tomb and the leaves or the flowers, just to give a bit of drama. This is a quiet picture today. We've got shame on the cross. We've got honor in the tomb. And then God's promise sitting right in the middle of both. Every detail points back to Jesus, including that the tomb was cut out of a rock. I love that. Okay, let's go raise our pencil. And we erase the pencil to go add in pencil. All right, so I'm going to add pencil on the cross where all the 3D lines are. And I will blend the pencil into the 3D, so away from the white of the cross. Then I'll add pencil around all the gold coins. Blend that in. And I'm going to add pencil along the tomb. And then lastly, if you want to add pencil around your leaves, you can. Try it out and see what you think. And I find it so relaxing to just draw simple shapes that don't require much, talent, or you don't even have to know how to draw that well. Just so relaxing. Anyone can enjoy doing this. There we go. I think I'm going to add a bit more pencil here. Here we go. I may even go put a little bit of black over here where the cross meets with the leaves and the petals. Go. That's it. All right, guys, so that was prophecy number 15. And please comment, let me know if the drawings help you to remember the prophecies that we've been doing so far. I definitely find it's been helping me. All right, enjoy the rest of the day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.